This website isn't running on giant corporate infrastructure. It's running on old hardware, Linux commands learned the hard way, repeated failures, backups, migrations, troubleshooting, and refusing to quit when things break. Or maybe when I break things. Howdy. I want to tell you a little bit about my journey the past few weeks. It's been a little bit crazy, yo. Um, so I got the wild idea that, hey, I'll try running a server again. Now I've got ChatGPT as backup to help me uh, do the server end of things, get it set up, and all of that. So I thought, why not? What I have built so far is absolutely wild. It's beyond what I could ever dream of building. And I'm going to continue to build it better and better. Stick around. Check out what I've got going on here. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the journey. I'm going to bring up the some stuff for you to see on the screen. I'll shrink myself down into the corner. And, well, first of all, we're on Owl Watch. We're on Owl Watch. Yesterday, there's a young lady that was walking around looking up into the trees and thought maybe she lost a bird, you know? So I had asked her, and she told me about some owls that have been hanging out in the area. And we were talking about them, and she went on, continued her search. A little bit later on in the day, I saw her out there again. I asked if she ever seen them. She said no. We were out there talking about the owl. I was asking her questions because I wanted to see it. And it was almost as if the owl was like, here I am, and jumped right up on the chimney. The house next to, or across the street from ours. Literally, like, here I am. And so I grabbed my Nikon L840, but I didn't grab my tripod because I didn't want to miss it. And I did my best to stabilize the shot, and I've got a picture up there for you. That's Mama. And so we walked around a little bit, and we happened to find the two babies. And I've got pictures of them as well. So this here is one of the babies. So absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. And here's the other baby. I believe that's another baby. So I'm going to keep my tripod. I've got my batteries charged. I charged them up on my camera. And I'm going to be at the ready for this evening if she shows back up. I am definitely going to get some much better shots. So anyway, on to what we're here about. So a few weeks ago, I got this wild idea that, okay, I'm going to fire up a server just for the heck of it. I've got the watchmannews.com domain. That's my domain. That's the lonely domain that I have managed to hang on to. So that's all I have at this point. However, I had ChatGPT help me with a server. And it's kind of funny because hopefully I get these pictures in the right order here. It started out on this. I kid you not. I kid you not. That thing is an old laptop that has survived things that we don't even want to discuss. That thing is just insane. It survived a full cup of coffee. Then it survived a bath in the kitchen sink. I'm not making anything up here. It drank a cup of coffee. Then it took a bath in the kitchen sink. And took about 3 weeks for that damn thing to dry out enough to boot back up. But that was over, well, at least 12 years ago. About 12 years ago. So, yeah. Doesn't even have a keyboard anymore. You got to plug one into it. The trackpad still works. It's got that going for it. So anyway, that's what I use to start a server. And it went surprisingly well. See, that was the first problem. The first attempt went through with flying colors. That should have been the first indicator of trouble. So I thought, you know what? Out there, I've got an old server that was given to me, a Dell PowerEdge T110 server, and I bring pictures. There is the there's the Dell server. Anyway, I thought, you know, it's not much of a server. It's very dated, but it's a server, and so I drug it in here and hooked it all up, and sure enough, she fired up, and I thought, this is incredible. So I made sure it was squared away with drives and all that good stuff, and we installed Ubuntu on it, and I thought, great, you know, so we get that installed, we get the web server installed, we get the website files migrated over. We're working on the database, right? We're working on the database, and the thing just, I looked up and my screen was blank. I'm like, well, I hit the power button. One little blip. And then after a short amount of time, there's this red heartbeat light on it, right? And normally when the computer works, the heart beats, it blinks. And it quit blinking. It quit blinking on me. The heartbeat stopped. I'm telling you, I was devastated. So I tried. I spent a day and a half going through 3 different power supplies, making sure that they were working properly or to the best of my ability, and I was getting nowhere. I couldn't get this board to boot up for nothing. So it's still undecided whether it is the motherboard or if it's that the motherboard is extremely picky about what power supply it's plugged into it. That could prevent it from booting up properly, but I'm telling you, the light, the heartbeat no longer beats for me. It doesn't. I think it maybe beats for the trash man. I don't know, but totally cheating on me. So I thought, well, what do I do now, right? Well, I believe I got this old compact from the same individual that gave me the server here. And I had an old compact. That would be it. AMD Athlon X2 processor. Damn thing's even got the PS2 keyboard and mouse ports on the back of it. Oof. And I happen to have a PS2 keyboard. It came in handy after one of the keyboards I was using inadvertently broke. A space bar launched across the room. We'll get to that. So anyway, now we're on this thing. It is ancient, yo. It is ancient. Yesterday I was wondering, why the hell can't I, because I was moving large files over to the storage drive on it, and I'm like, why the hell is it taking so long? I mean, it's right on the same network. The computer's literally sitting right there, you know? They're connected to the same switch. This thing should be zipping files over. And then it dawned on me, the Ethernet adapter on this computer is not with it as far as today's standards are concerned. So it transfers its little heart out, but that's all it can do. So this is what the WatchmanNews.com right now is currently running on. This machine right here. Currently sitting in the same place. I'm going to put it up under the desk here very soon. So now that we've gone through all that, I was going to show you. Oh, that's owls. That is owls. Those are owls. This is not an owl. I was going to show you right here. AMD Athlon 64X2 dual core processor, 5,000 plus, 2 cores, 2 rockin' cores, I'm telling you, man. So anyway, that's the computer that we're on right now. This has been crazy. It was a hell of a journey migrating this thing from computer to computer, and then we also had hard drive issues. I have had to replace the hard drive 2 times during all of this, because little did I know. I mean, I'm telling you, I am learning so much from this. It's incredible. I am not at all complaining at everything I've gone through, because I am learning boatloads, and it's awesome. I'm actually learning stuff I have always wanted to learn, but just didn't have a good way to learn it, and now I do. So anyway, we've had to do all kinds of stuff, right? As you can imagine, we've had 2 hard drives. I didn't know that Linux pays real close attention to your hardware. And if your hardware is throwing errors, Linux isn't chill about it. Linux will throw a fit. Where Windows, you probably, and I didn't. All these drives I've been running Windows on, I didn't know these drives had serious issues. And they did. I found out. And I've replaced that drive twice. So before the 3rd time, ChatGPT and I sat there going and checking drive health before we chose the 3rd drive, which thus far, knock on wood, has been going okay. So, but I've reinstalled, and yeah, there's redacted stuff on here. I mainly wanted to show you the part that I highlighted down there. Even from jump, Linux is throwing a fit. Unsupported CPU model or platform. It's like, oh, hell no. And I'm just like, you're going anyway. You're going anyway. So, that's what we've got the website running on at this point. I was so angry one night. I was pissed. I don't typically get mad like that. I was pissed because this is not easy, especially when you've got ancient infrastructure that's fighting you every step of the way. It's not easy. And but I'm determined. I'm damn determined, that's for sure. So here we are. And I want to show you what we've got thus far. And there's a lot to come. I mean, I'm not even halfway done with this site yet. What you're seeing is just a snippet of what's to come. So that's the current home page right there. You're looking at it. And those panels, when the page loads in, they kind of slide into place. I'll refresh the page here. They slide into place, and like when you scroll down, they slide into place, and then they're in place, and everything's cool. So even that header, what they call a header, where you see the menu is and all that up top, even all that's custom. So like you notice, I start scrolling down, it goes up, but the moment I start to scroll back up, that menu comes back down into place so you can get right to it. So that's not default. That's, you know, this entire site is, as far as the aesthetics, is custom. It's so incredible. I want to show you this slider just because I'm proud of this. Obviously, you see on it, it says every moment of every day we make a choice, choose wisely. And so if you grab the slider, this website's not necessarily ready for mobile yet. I know this is kind of an issue on the mobile side of things. So if you're on a mobile phone, possibly turn it sideways, landscape mode. But it's best right now on a PC browser. Don't worry, we'll get the mobile squared away. First, we got to get the desktop looking good, and then we have to kind of port it more or less for mobile so that everything appears correctly. But you drag it to the left, you get to make the choice to go towards heaven. And, of course, if you drag it to the right, you make a very different choice. A warm choice. A warm choice. Anyway, I thought that was kind of cool. There's another thing I'm going to be putting on here I don't have on there yet. There will be a place to where you can enter in your birth year, and it will tell you where the magnetic North Pole was the year that you were born, and then it will show you where it is since we've last been told anyway, and then it will calculate the distance that the magnetic North Pole has moved since you were born. I think that's pretty cool, huh? That's to come. That's not there yet. Okay, so I do got the About Us page done. So that's done. I've also got the contact page done. So if you need to reach out and touch somebody, we are protected by Cloudflare. You can register, log in. There will be stuff that will only be accessible by members. And when I say that, there's never going to be a fee. Never going to be a fee. But there are going to be some things that will be accessible to members only in the future. So signals is what I want to show you real quick. This is the bread and butter right now of the site. Live space weather dashboard. What this is a signal desk, okay, and you'll have different categories of interest, we will say. There's live space weather dashboard, war in nations, financial pressure, food supply, grid fragility, earth changes, and digital control. So if we click on a live space weather dashboard, you take a peek here, look at that. It gives you updated metrics, but at the top, there's a status. So just at a glance, you can look and go, okay, things aren't looking too bad right now. And they're not. So KP index is quiet. It's setting at 0. Solar wind speeds at 295. Solar wind density. Solar wind temperature. There's your magnetic field. There's your GOES X-ray flux. Proton flux. You got your high frequency radio blackout status, your solar radiation storm status, your phi angle there, and other goodies right there. So, and this does update frequently, so you can keep an eye on what's going on. So that's this live space weather dashboard, right? War nations. Now, there's a lot of times where you're not going to see all the data populated on this. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not, right? But this is just watching different areas and kind of calculating whether things are an issue currently, okay? So like we're seeing global conflict signal, there's 30 public hits. This is calculating this all the time and updating. Right now, the Humanitarian Crisis Watch doesn't have data, but the cyber exploitation pressure is high. Shipping disruptions got no data right now. Alliance pressure has no data, but the Resource Conflict Watch shows 30 public hits. So that's pretty crazy. Now, this is going to be RSS feeds here from these 4 distributors, if you will. And in the future, we may have more that's in this section here. So, that is the War in Nations. You got financial pressure here. Same thing. You got a status up top where you can just at a glance understand what's going on, how serious things are. And you can scroll down to get more into the metrics to see what's up. And then you've also got a market snapshot there with 16 of the more popular stocks, or whatever you call them. I'm not a financial guru, but that's where that's at so far. And then there's food supply. We've got this one started. We got to finish this one up yet. Same thing with the status up top. You see it's got a dashboard. It'll kind of keep you in check with how things are at a glance. And then we're going to add RSS feeds and other stuff to this one. That's what we got to do next. And then we still have to do grid fragility, earth changes, digital control. We still got to work on those. So very, very crazy website for me. I'm loving it. Preparedness, we haven't touched it yet. Preparedness is going to be it's going to be, there's going to be a lot of information there to help you to prepare. My hope is to put a lot of different files that you'll be able to download at your leisure. Just stuff like that would help you on your preparedness journey. And I will also post, gear here and there that I have gotten, that I stand behind, gear that I support. Checking out a flashlight I just recently got here. Just got it yesterday, as a matter of fact. So I don't know anything about longevity or anything like that, but so far I really like this little sucker, and I'm probably gonna shoot some video using it outside after it gets dark. And I'm gonna tell you guys about this little thing. Less than $10, and sucker is bright. That sucker is bright. Anyway, I want to tell you about that. There'll be stuff like that to be on the preparedness. And then faith, not sure what all we're going to have on it. I know I want to put a scripture of the day that automatically populates itself every day. We'll see where that goes. That could go some very interesting places. So I'm looking forward to getting this one finished up. I am really looking forward to getting this one finished up. And I will say this. I will ask this. If there's anybody out there that wants to help us in this endeavor, we've still got that donate button. And it would be appreciated. I would really like to replace the motherboard, processor, and memory on the server really bad. And I'm doing what I can. Right now, repairs are a bit slow, believe it or not. So it is what it is. But if I can do that, if I can replace the motherboard and processor and memory, the power supply should be plenty good in that one. That's in there currently. I can use the same tower. I don't care about that. It's the guts that's important. And I need something with a little bit a little bit faster than an AMD Athlon X2, because that damn thing is ancient. But anyway, it doesn't even matter if it's used. But if I can get enough money together, if I can find one even used on eBay, a combo or something, I'm all about it. Something DD4 memory, doesn't have to be great. I'm also going to be installing a tax server and configuring it. And I fully intend, once I learn how to do that, once I learn a little bit about that tax server, I fully intend on making content about that. See if I can help people along the lines of that in any way. So, now I'll tell you what, I am excited about this site. I've never been this excited about a website before, nor have I had a website ever before that was like this. I mean, this is just, it's awesome. It is absolutely awesome. It's wild. And then when you sit there and you watch it and you actually watch the metrics change on the site and you see the live changes, that's pretty cool too. But, yep. If somebody wants to help us out there, by all means, click that. I do want to show people just to remind them. It always says Transforming Disabilities. That's us. So, don't worry. It also says the Watchman News donation. But I don't want people to think that, wait a minute. I thought. No, that's us. I'm going to keep building on this thing. I'm going to keep building. I am going to build a monster. And I'm going to do it in a manner which would be most helpful to people. That status thing, and just like I told ChatGPT when we're building it, that status thing is huge. And if we can automatically retrieve different types of data from different places around the world and put that together and computate it like a score, so to speak, if you will, as to where we are at with that situation, and then post it so you know, I think that would be absolutely helpful. And ever since I started this journey, that's been the only mission, to help people. I think we've stayed true to that. 12 years and counting. Hope you have a great day. We will see you soon. Shalom.